Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Ta-da! Hello,
Yay!
welcome back to
Here
Roll
we
Play. We're here, finally. We made it. Slightly late. Robbie was right. But
Like
here we
2
are.
minutes.
By 2 minutes. Welcome. We are Roll Play. We roll dice and we play games. But actually, today we're going to be mainly role-playing, less rolling dice. So we are here with a new story, a slight kind of short campaign, a three-parter. This is part one if you're joining us. So make sure you stay tuned to watch further sessions as they come along. They'll be posted online on Instagram, I assume, at some point when we will be going live. Time's yet to be confirmed. Nonetheless, I see Leonie looking at me like, shut the fuck up, continue. So how about we introduce everyone here?
That is not what that meant.
It sounded like you wanted to say that the campaigns will be aired on Instagram fully, and I was like, that's not what we usually
I got a lot of shit in my head. So
We know
take it away down below. Who are you?
Right. Hi, I'm Leonie, a player in all the three campaigns too. If you are new here, I still played all three campaigns. If you're old here, you have seen way too much of me, so Robbie, next.
Hi, I'm Robbie. I'm also in all the three campaigns we have, although I DM for one, not a player. And yeah, you've probably seen enough of me too, because I'm also most of the time in the campaign chit-chats, so...
And last but not least, our special guest here with us today. And for the rest of the campaign, we have...
Hi everyone, I'm brand new to everything. I know half of the words that have just been said. And hi everyone, I'm Marco, and I'll be playing in this wonderful campaign. This is my second Dungeons and Dragons game ever, and I'm very excited to be here.
We are very excited to have you, Marco. So, without further ado, shall we just dive into it? I've got a little introduction written. Should I read it or should I just skip over it? And
No, go for it.
Okay, I'll read it. So, as we begin, this is set in the world of Kurthiek, which you can see on Tuesdays and Sundays. But where we are is quite far away from the current campaigns that we're telling stories in. Focused on the broken islands of the Stanton Archipelago. Over 10,000 islands make up this archipelago. Many indigenous tribes live in a secluded lifestyle, praising gods that have given them such a fortunate lifestyle. In such seclusion and reflection, some can find an inner awakening in these tropical waters, powerful with spiritual energy, with their own secrets to safeguard. But that calm and serenity was broken up by the sound of waves being cut through by greedy pirates, interlopers looking to plunder and claim the land as their own. In this madness of chaos, of plundering and pillaging, there was one legendary pirate that stood out from the rest, known as Captain Deadeye, brought a gravity and tamed the cannon-happy pillagers. Captain Deadeye led this union of pirates into the first pirate council. There was a long period of prosperity until one day, Captain Deadeye and her crew, known as the Deathstalkers, had vanished. The last thing that anyone had heard from them is they were searching for the nation of Gerral. 5 years since their disappearance, and rogue pirates have started to claim islands for themselves, with most never daring to follow the path Captain Deadeye once followed. So, you guys are stationed on one of the islands here in the Stanton Archipelago. You have arrived here by your own means, whether it's with the current sailing ship that you're on, or stowaways, or so on and so forth. But currently, most of the people from the ship, your main vessel that you have been kind of on for this foreseeable adventure, the Ocean's Kiss, has been docked up, emptied. Everyone, the crew, everyone on board has now found themselves in the local tavern. This tavern is filled, lively, and slightly falling apart. There is music, revelry. There are hundreds of sailors that are docked here and using this tavern as their own reprieve. There is a just cacophony of sounds. Some bar fights are happening here and there, but it just kind of melds into the environment that you're in. Now, what I will ask is where each one of you are, now having a bit of the setting. So who would like to start off first?
Oh, you can go ahead, Lou.
Go for it, Leonie.
Wait, we can have it. So Sasha, a all broad-shouldered but quite chubby fellow. For Earth Genasi, the skin made of almost breaking apart sandstones every now and again, losing almost a fine sand that breaks off of their skin. Is probably with some of the crew from the ship that they used to be on. Probably asking questions that the crew members didn't have time to answer while they were on the sea, and just trying to find out everything they can about seafare, trying to prepare for what lays ahead, essentially.
As you're there in the tavern with some of your crewmates of the ship, we'll say that the first mate has kind of dragged you along with them, this halfling known as Stevie. They are rugged, slight ginger hair, freckles across their face, very burnt, sunburnt just across their kind of cheeks, reddish cheeks. The rest of their arms and body is quite pale, but it's just their face that seems to be mainly red, as they have not looked after themselves on the weather. Whether it be the actual sun itself or just kind of wind chill, it's hard to tell, but he's just a permanent red in his face, which doesn't really go well with the ginger hairstyle that he's got going for himself. As he's there sat with you, there are things being thrown around left and right. Some tables and chairs are being kind of slightly pushed around. You're hearing squeaking of wood against wood, as well as just verbal abuse being thrown to different sailors here and there. This is commonplace for this tavern. But you see the first mate, Stevie, he's just kind of looking at... are you all right?
Yes, I am relishing this opportunity to be on land again before we have to depart. So, but let's go back to the question. You said that no one's ever been to the island, so how are we going to find it? Are there clues? Is there a map?
Oh, well, fuck if I know. Honestly, I'm just following the lead of the captain on this one. As first mate, I probably should know a bit more, but this one's being kept slightly under the radar. I'm not too sure what his plans are, but these new investors, they are putting a lot of money into this, so hopefully they are on the right track, but they seem to know what they're talking about.
Right, the mysterious investors. And you're still not going to tell me a name?
Do I have to?
It's for science. Yes.
What is it you're asking me exactly?
Who's funding this? Why are they funding it? Is it for nefarious purposes? Because this would be very interesting to write down. And if I can publish it, that would be good.
Honestly, I don't know. The only person that has been leading this kind of expedition that they're going on and giving us all the money and resources to get this job done is Yulara. She's the main one. She's going to be on the ship with us, so she seems fairly hands-on, knows her way around the ship, but for all intents and purposes, this could be searching for fuck all. So we'll just have to keep to ourselves.
Okay.
But if you see anything that's fishy, or, well, fishy, we're on the sea, so of course things are going to be fishy, but if you see anything that's untoward, you tell me, and then I'll tell the captain, and I'll take all the glory. Right? Sound good?
Not particularly, but alright, if you say so. I can do that.
And I'll give you all of the rights to whatever you wish to share about this story. I have no skin in the game, so you can just do whatever you want.
Oh, I'll be sharing everything. This has to be documented for the future, so everything.
Okay, good. But do be careful, because these investor guys, they might not like that too much. So just be careful where you start prodding. Don't want to upset them too much. They're funding this whole thing and giving us all the equipment we need. So just, play it a bit safe, I'd say.
Maybe. I'll see. Thanks for the advice, I guess.
Can I ask a question? I don't want this to sound rude, but are you sure you're well versed to go on a ship where there's a lot of water? Because you seem
No.
very nervous when you're on the ship.
Yes, I am. I don't like water, but I've prepared for myself for this. I've read up on it. I can do this. Yes.
You've read up on it.
I've read up on it.
Well, I'm just not going to learn your name anytime soon because you are not going to last, my friend. You are so fucked. But don't worry, you're in safe hands. Captain Marlowe.
Yeah, that didn't sound like it.
He's great on the seas. He's the perfect person to trust. Just, look at the rest of the people here. Like, you've got Captain Zola of the Agonal Air. You've got Captain Gravestone of the Hull Smashers. Captain Yu Kahan of the Evening's Tempest. These people are fucking bad news. You're in the best place to get the scoop of the story. And if any of these guys caught wind of that and they tried to beat us to the punch, now we're in trouble. So you keep this to yourself with your research. Again, be careful where you prod.
Well, this isn't going to be anything that's accessible to the general public. It's just going to be for, well, scientific libraries, I guess. So don't you worry about this getting into the wrong hands. It will be perfectly safe.
Okay, if you say so. Things get lost in the sea, so it's a dangerous mistress. You can never trust where the wind goes, nor where the tide will follow. So,
oh, that's a good one. Can I quote that?
Sure, if you had my name to it, yeah, why not?
Yeah, of course, of course.
If you need any more, I can try and think of someone, and do I just come to you?
No, they have to be
Sea
organic.
anecdotes. Can I?
They have to be like organic. They have to be realistic.
Oh.
What
if I play it really
about
cool?
them before? Well, then just don't tell me about it, maybe. Don't tell me that you're going to plan this. And then, I guess, sure.
How good's your tolerance to
It's
alcohol?
always good. I've never tried any. I don't know.
Well, let's get going. Another round. As he just kind of like turns around, one of the waitresses comes by, picks up a glug of ale, and just places it in front of you. It's about the same size as Stevie, as he kind of looks at it and grabs it. Cheers! And he just begins to drink it.
Yeah, no, I have to keep a clear mind for this, because of the documenting thing, so no thank you. And they're just gonna get up and go to a different table.
Okay.
Probably looking for other people to talk with.
Sure. Whilst that's going on, as you're looking around, you begin to stand up from the back of your chair. You don't realize this, but someone is behind you, and you kind of knock into them as they're walking past with a drink in their hand. The drink splashes over them as they just look at you. You turn. How tall are you, Sasha?
Probably pretty tall, like at least 180, 183 maybe. Yeah, 183.
Okay. You see this wide-looking orc. Large, kind of slightly grotesque with how they smell, not very kempt, huge tusks rising up from their kind of underbite. Their hair is just all shabby, patchy in areas. The hat that they wear is fairly common of a pirate sort of aesthetic. And you can see their belly is out, but the drink they've just poured has stained their white tunic top. And they just look at you.
Oh,
What's
sorry.
all this then?
Do you want me to replace that? I can buy a new one.
Throws it to the ground and looks at you.
That's point. You really didn't have to. Okay.
Grabs your drink, takes it from the table. You better be wary of where you walk.
Yes, I'll do that. Thanks.
Kind of waits for a second and looks at you. Why with the pause? You had to think about it. Do you not know who I am?
Do I?
You look around, and as Diva was just kind of flipping off all of these captains' names, you can just kind of pinpoint that this one is Captain Gravestone that he was talking about earlier.
Oh, the one with the hull crushing?
So you have heard of me then?
Yeah. I'm just gonna, and they're gonna try and walk around him.
Wise choice. Because next time I see you, you're going in the grave. And he just walks off.
Hey, cool. Okay.
As that's happening, what are the others up to? Who wants to go next?
I can go next.
All right, go for it.
Happy is probably trying to find any part of the crew who was nice to him or nicest to him.
Mm-hmm. Sure. There was probably a couple of crew members. The ship itself isn't very large. Your ship doesn't even have cannons or any sort of protection devices. It's simply a small sailing ship. Mostly cargo, deliveries, that sort of thing. Just doing the odd jobs and passing by. The ship itself is painted red, although most of it is flaked off, showing a very dry, kind of fucking bleached out hull, which looks rotten to the core, doesn't look like it can probably sustain much harsh weather, but it has done so far. On board, you have Captain Marlowe. They are the leader of this ship and the one in command. Then you have the first mate, Stevie. There are 2 crew members that are on board that help with the lines, rigging, and everything else on the ship. Repairs as well. That is Skippy and Tanya. Skippy is a human, and Tanya is a dusk elf. The 2 of them are basically the people that you'd interact with just for the passing bys. No command, nothing of kind of note. That is down to the captain and the first mate, but the 2 crew members, they are there, and their word is still something to listen to. But because they don't really have a kind of authority, a command, they're in the same boat as the rest of you. So in terms of their role, they probably see you as equals. So they hang out and kind of just relax with you. But yeah, they're around. You can see Skippy is inside of the tavern, catching up with some other crew members from other boats, it seems. Meanwhile, Tanya seems to be just by herself towards the entranceway, looking like she wants to leave fairly quickly.
Happy's gonna probably go up to one of the tables that has drinks, slams down like 2 copper, takes one of their beers without asking, and walks up to Tanya. I got you a drink.
Oh, lovely. Did you pay that for yourself? Or did you steal it?
No, I paid for it.
Okay, well, it looked like you just stole it from that. Oh, and they're walking over.
But no, I paid them.
You turn around as you just feel this kind of like tap tap on your shoulder. How tall is Happy?
Very short. He is around Scream, I don't know how much it is in feet, but like around 140 centimeters tall, so he's very small.
You don't feel it on your shoulder, you feel it on your jacket. A slight tug. Do you turn? Do you pay attention to them?
Yeah, okay. Immediately turn around. You know, like when people turn their whole neck first and then their body? Yeah, that kind of.
Very like slinky body. As you turn around, you look down to see a kobold, a female kobold wearing in a similar way as the last orc, a very kind of piratey themed outfit, large kind of duster jacket for them, kind of drags on the ground, but it's purple and red in color. More well presented. They kind of have like a patch on one eye, but as they're kind of like looking at you, she takes it off and puts it on the other eye, and you see there's no change. The eye is still usable. So, did you just steal my drink?
No, I paid for it.
You paid for it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there you go. Over there. Points at the coins you left.
They're no longer there. Someone's stolen them.
Huh. Well, you took them.
Are you calling me a liar?
No, if that's not your name.
What is my
I'm
name,
happy,
then?
by the way, puts his hand out.
Listen here. As she kind of like leans in closer to you. Do you think you can just come in here and bully me? Do you not know who I am?
No. But I'm not bullying you. I just bought your drink.
I am Captain Yo-Yo Kahan of the Evening's Tempest. You treat me
know-
with a little more respect.
I know 2 of the words you just said. But okay.
Looks up past you to Tanya, who's just left. She's just gone.
Oh no, she left again. They do that a lot. It's a funny game. I always find them though.
Why are you so happy?
Oh, that's my name. Well, I know. Are you not?
She kind of takes a moment. Yes, of course I am.
Oh, I heard the usual people is smile when they're happy. And he does like he like tries to make a smile with her mom, just pushes her cheeks up. There you go, all good.
Of me. Ugh. Your hands smell like fish. Ugh. And she just begins to move away.
Oh, that's because I eat a lot of it.
She begins to spit on the floor. As she begins to walk away, you see standing behind her is a large male Goliath that is just looking over and seems to be like a part of the same crew. He has a massive scar down one of his arms, almost like his left hand pec going down has been cut out completely. He only has his right arm as he's just looking there. The arm is bulky, and you see that there's almost this reinforced, like a battering ram at the end of it, as he's just kind of holding it and weighing him down. Almost like a crutch at some point, but you can see it's made of like metal and steel. He just leans against it and looks at you with this kind of like wide-eyed look. Doesn't say anything. Ilma, come on, let's get out of here. As she just begins to leave alongside the Goliath, who just lifts up the metal weight and then lands it as he walks with this kind of like 3-step movement. Every time the metal lands, everyone just everyone kind of like jumps in the air. Everyone knows he's leaving. But yeah, anything else you want to do, Happy?
All right, it was nice meeting you. And then he's gonna try to look for Tanya again.
Okay.
Or Skippy, one of the two.
Sure. Looking for Tanya and Skippy, you can see Tanya has walked over to Skippy and is just kind of like pulling on his top, saying, "Come on, let's get out of here. It's getting a little too rowdy for my liking."
Yeah, me too.
Oh.
Found you guys.
Hey, Skippy. You see, just kind of like Skippy himself seems to just say his name a lot. Almost like he's bookending himself with his own name. Tanya, we should probably get out of here, Skippy. Maybe we should get out of here, Skippy. Tanya? Happy, how about you get the others and we make sure that we can leave this place without causing any more of a ruckus, please?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not your superior. That's the captain and the first mate. I am just a friend. I don't understand your obsession with me.
I'm gonna go get the others. Walks away.
Thanks, happy Skippy. As you see, Skippy just sat there, finishing up the round of games he's been playing, and then begins to leave alongside Tanya. Whilst that's going on, how about Marco? How about you tell us where Val is and what you're up to?
Okay, so Val is hogging the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
At the bar, she is shoving the images of her nieces and nephews into his face, their face. And she's just going off. You know, Isabel is my eldest one. She was my first. She gave me the nickname Aunt Val. Everybody calls me Aunt Val. And then there's There's Reese. There's Medea. You would love Medea. She would love this place. She loves pirates. She should be here with me. But
one second, Val. Get the fuck off the ceiling! Continue.
No, God, dude, people do this all the time.
Oh, it's fucking ridiculous. They just don't stop. Have you got family like this? Is Reese like this?
They're all like this, especially when they were children. But, you get, as long as it's not malicious, it's fine. A little energy never killed anyone. But, maybe it's different here. I've never been. This is my first time. Are they usually all pirates?
Oh, well, yeah, in this establishment. This is the Seafoam and Sparrow. It's my own pride and joy of a tavern and inn.
This is yours?
Yeah, this is my place.
An entrepreneur.
Well,
My.
I like to dabble.
My husband is a stonemason with his own establishment. I know how much work goes into this. This has gotta be, it's your life's blood, honestly.
Oh, well, the overheads are a lot. The customers are unsavory. A lot of them tend to steal and break things, so we end up in a loss. But sometimes we get some good deals in with some of the pirate kings and queens, and we can, get some extra, Since the Pirate Council is no more, they're all starting to make their own little movements and so on and so forth. So sometimes you've got to make a bit on the side. You know what it's like, looking after your own.
I know. You said Pirate Council. I'm a little fuzzy. I know that there used to be a council, but not anymore after the captain vanished or something?
Yeah, that's right. There was a few years that the council lasted, but it just started going downhill, or shall we say, it was a sinking ship when she left. But Captain Deadeye, she was a lovely woman. She came in, she brought her sunshine with her. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but you never know. Maybe she's on an island and just kicking it back and relaxing for all the good she's done. But yeah, once she left, that's it. Pirate Council no more. Lasted a year, and then it was just hell. No one gave a shit. Everyone wanted to be a bit selfish.
Do you miss her?
Well, she brought a bit of stability to things. She taxed quite heavily, so I'm kind of happy that I'm in a tax-free environment now. Winning. But yeah, she did bring stability, a bit of control to it all. Wasn't having this. And he points up to someone else back on the roof again as they're climbing on the ceiling. But, these things happen. Time moves on, we all change, but, sometimes I like to use their name. Sometimes, Captain Deadeye's here, still with us, still watching. That sometimes gives a bit of fear in these people. They still, even if she might be dead, she might be a ghost, and she might be around on the seas and haunting everyone. Every single fucker that tries to go after this, whatever mysterious island or wherever she ended up.
You never know.
That's right.
Not to my own gender sworn, but women and women alike are tougher than, not to be rude, but most men.
And I'd tend to agree. My mother, she's a saint, and so is my auntie and all of my sisters. I have 6 sisters. I'm the only boy. But they're all lovely. They all do their best, and they're all very proud, and I'm proud of them as well. So, you know what, Aunt Val, I believe that, maybe you should come in more often, and I'll give you a special seat.
Thank you. Thank you. You know what? This is my first time being on a journey such as this.
Well, I'm glad you
I
chose us as your first port of call. We're very honoured.
honestly, I wasn't, when I started this, I didn't know where it would take me. I'm following my grandmother's letters, and they brought me here.
Oh,
She was
really?
searching some land of old myth, and I honestly don't know if it exists or not, but I am doing this for her. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing this for us. And, I've just been having fun. All people at home were worried about me because, an old lady, bad leg, bad knees, how it comes with age, bad everything, really. But, I met very nice people who were kind to me, such as yourself. You can always tell a good person about the way they talk about their mother. Let me tell you something. You know, I have here a bit of Scotch candy. Do you want some Scotch candy?
Yeah, I shouldn't, but yeah, go on.
Ah, that's a good boy. That's a good boy.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. Well, look, Aunt Val, just be, you're searching for this lost island or whatever, this mystery in your past. Just be wary that there are other people, other things looking for something similar. Other pirates, other sailors, even hell, the Elrith dynasty, even they're trying to find it first because they're scared that whatever it may be might help these pirates beat them and stop them from taking over the archipelago. So, just be a bit wary there. I wouldn't want anything bad to happen to you.
Thank you. Fascinating. Fascinating. I'm going to write all of this down. I'm a scientist, I just have to write everything down. I am. When
You're a scientist. Could you have a look at this mole on my back? And he just begins to.
I'm more of a botanist, but when with age comes kind of a jack of all trades kind of vibe to it. I can take a look.
All right. And he begins to lift up his shirt. As you begin to look into it and give him a thorough investigation into his health habits.
Honey, that's just a raisin. That's just a raisin that got stuck to your sweat. You have to bathe more. Cleanliness is next to godliness, as they say. And it's not without reason. You have to keep your hygiene. Not too much, of course. Don't shower every day. That's nonsense. But, a couple of times a week. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, well, I try and rub about behind the ears and try and scrub my toes as well, even though I've got a bad back. But even though we have all of these, hindrances and things that make us slightly achy, you and our spirit is still just like the rest of them.
I see you. I see you, Boo. Can I call you Boo? That's why I call all my kids, especially when I'm tired. And
as long as you don't mind me calling you Auntie Val.
Of course I don't.
But
why do you think I should be careful? I thought that this was sort of like a archaeological thing. I didn't know there was any malice to it.
Well, from what I've heard, there's a place, a mysterious area, a nation called Gerral. And these people, they've been gone for years, thousands of years or whatever. Some people say it's 10 years, some people say it's 100 years, some say it happened when the tsunamis came, whatever. There's been a nation that were mystical, powerful. They were this almost beacon in the heartland of the Stanton Archipelago, and now they're just no more. But people think that secret is still out there somewhere to find, somewhere. Maybe this is the old hearts of those pirates that just want to pillage and take whatever they want, claim whatever's theirs. But it's out there. I'm sure it is. Because if it was shared this much, and if Captain Deadeye herself, if she would have gone there, it must be true. Must be. But maybe, because of her going there, is maybe caught wind and everyone else is trying to do the same. or they're too scared and they don't want to get anywhere closer. But
You know what?
just
When I find out,
keep an eye out.
thank you. When I find out, if I find out, I'm gonna share it with you.
Well, that's
I
very
believe
kind of
knowledge
you.
should be. I believe knowledge should be shared equally, and to everyone who searches it.
As you say that, you just hear this laugh beside you. As you turn, you see this dripping wet water ganassi, a creature of elemental plane of water who has humanoid features, old male, long scraggly black hair that goes past their eyes, hat resting on the side of the bar counter, leaning against it, looks over, gold teeth along one edge as he just looks at you. You really think that sharing such a mystical prize is a good idea?
A water genasi. Oh my God, Sage is not gonna believe me. Sage is my youngest nephew. Oh my God. Can I just take a quick sketch of you to show it to them? They are not gonna believe me. Oh my God. Let me see. Can you just, is this your permanent feature? Is this how you present to the world at all times? Can you shapeshift? Is this inappropriate for me? Am I using the right pronouns? I'm asking the right questions. I'm just gonna write this over. This is fascinating. Let's see. Okay. No move. Okay, just gonna. Oh my God, bless my stars. You leave for the first time in your life and you see all the things you wanted to. Oh my God. Oh, my husband is not gonna believe this. Oh my God. Oh.
Happy's just gonna come up to Val, pull her by the sleeve.
Oh, I remember you. Hey, Happy. You're back from
Nice
Bar
never
Candy?
go. Yes, please. Puts his hand up.
Okay. Here you go. Here you go. I've been rude. Mr. Water Genasi? Mr. Water Genasi, do you want some candy? It's butterscotch. Some people like it, some don't. It's very 50-50.
I think it's best you get the fuck out of here.
There's no language to use in front of how old Happy is. Honestly, there's a bet on ship. Nobody really knows.
I don't give a fuck how old they are.
I don't know either. So it's probably fine.
You know what? What's funny about life? We get to find out together.
She's so wise.
Okay, so based on the number of fucks we've got hurled at us, I'm guessing they don't want us anymore here. So let's just
We should
No.
probably
skedaddle.
No,
Let's
feel
just-
free to stay and keep chatting about your life. Go for it. I'm still listening.
Oh, thought you were angry at us. Maybe you're
No.
just hurting. You know, I do forget that angry people are usually hurt people. Now, I don't want to presume, and I'm no psychologist, but I am a psychiatrist. And, you know, sometimes people haven't found the right tincture for their serotonin levels. Do water genasi have serotonin? Or is it just all oxygen and whatnot? I'm lying. I'm not really a psychiatrist. I'm just a botanist. Oof.
Where the fuck did you come from?
Is serotonin another type of candy? Can I have it? Do you have it? Do you have it? Looks at the other pirate.
It's an
Go
interesting
fucking have it.
postulation. In a way, it is. It's very good, Happy. Here, have another candy.
Yes! Just eats it immediately.
So
One
you're
day,
ending
I
up.
earn a candy too. Let's go, Val.
Okay, so, thank you, Mr. Barman. I haven't caught your name. I have been talking way too much. I do apologize.
You see, he
Val.
kind of like looks at the pirate next to him, the water ganassi that you've been talking to, and you see he's been frozen in fright. He's just kind of like looking there. Good luck, man. And you see he just kind of walks off and...
Nice meeting you. I was not going to believe this.
Auntie
I told you
Val,
about Milo.
and happy. What a nice little troop you've got going on between you, eh? Are you from that fucking Ocean's Kiss? I thought I recognized you. Tell your
Yes.
captain that he won't
Maybe.
be alone with where he's ending up.
I'm sorry, dear. That was very ominous. Can you clear it up for me?
I'm going to fucking kill you.
Fascinating.
Would you like me to write it down in your book?
Oh, honey, don't you worry. I can write it down. He is going to kill us.
And the rest of your family too.
And the rest of my family.
Including Reese, your husband.
Thing. Bet you can't name them all.
No, I fucking can't.
Yeah. Now, listen here. I may be old. And I may be rambling. And then she stops mid-sentence and leaves.
All right, it was nice meeting you. Bye.
Bye, Mr. Bartender. Thank you so much. I will come back.
The two of you scurry out. Yeah. Where is Sasha at this point?
Probably with the captain, if they manage to find him.
Sure. Captain's probably just outside talking with a couple of other, like, just general skippers, and he seems to be alongside one of the investors. Among the investors, there are three. One leading their charge is Yulara, a Githzerai. You have two others that have accompanied her. You have Alessia, who is this female hibidont, a stingray kind of fusion of a humanoid. So their skin is almost kind of grey in complexion, and they have this almost hood that resembles like a hooded cobra in a way, that descends down the back of their head and acts as this kind of like ray-like design as a manta ray would have. It goes down into this kind of like silk long gown, but it is a part of their body. And it seems to like fold around them, and they kind of like wear it as some sort of long gown as they move around. There is one of them there. And also there is Lark, a male turtle, a tortoise humanoid. But currently with Captain Marlowe is Lark, the male turtle. They just seem to be just talking about some things. And by the way, your captain is a furbolg. This kind of almost cowl-like design to their face. Very sort of like dopey-looking features, very soft eyes, kind of like long neck, doughy long ears that flop down to the sides as well. But the two of them are just kind of talking and conversing as Sasha, you arrive in the conversation. You see Captain Marlowe turn around to you. Right, are we all ready to go, or have you got anything else you wish to do whilst we're here in port?
I don't know about the others. I'm good to go. I've
Right,
no
well,
idea
we should,
about the others.
we should probably start
so-
bringing everyone together then, because these guys are ready to head off. What's the next?
Here we are.
that'll be
Here we
my
are. We
bad.
definitely made some friends.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, great. Welcome back.
I only
Okay.
got threatened 2 times this time.
Well, that's much better than last time.
improvement.
I got threatened twice. Can you believe
Well,
it?
that's
Me,
that's
Annabelle.
quite a. I know that's quite a surprise. Right. You haven't made any enemies, have you?
Well, there was this one orc who was like, "Watch where you're going." But I think we parted amicably, so it's all good.
The water
was
guy
probably-
told us he's gonna kill us.
Oh,
Yeah.
well,
You see both of
nice.
them look at each other for a moment. You don't. You don't happen to mean the. He walks up to the door. You see the turtle looks over. You don't mean you've been talking with Captain Zola? Old Water Ganassi?
Do you mean this person? And it shows the like sketch.
His neck cranes outwards as the turtle examines.
I'm not the best artist, granted. I'll be the first one to say it. But,
And I haven't got the best eyes. But Captain,
want my glasses? I have 2 in case one breaks. You have to carry an extra.
Sasha's
if you
just
have
staring at
one.
Vel's art, and it's like, can I commission you to do like illustrations? Is that a thing?
Always. I've been illustrating since I was a child. My whole entire
Right.
family was scientists, so I had to learn how to sketch quickly. Plants and animals are my forte. But one dabbles in art, one dabbles in everything. I would be more than happy.
Captain
Cool.
Marlowe.
Can you?
How are you
Taking
more
a
than
breather.
me?
Eric, remember or something?
I will draw everyone. We got nothing but time. I brought all my
Wait.
pencils and art.
No, you said you're more than happy. And like
See
in
what-
high.
Oh no, that's like an expression. No, nah, she didn't mean you.
Marlowe
don't
looks over at
understand what you
the
mean.
drawer and
No,
you
it's okay.
see
That's okay.
he just kind of like lets out a big breath. Right, we should probably get out of here before they start following us. I definitely don't want Agil Air on us at all. Come on, round up. We've got to get out of here as soon as possible. They don't know who you're with, right?
No, they do.
Well, I mean, I got up from your table.
Shit.
I may have spilled the beans as well.
All right, let's get out of here now then. Come on. As he just begins to like shoot everyone. Quickly.
I'm walking as
Are we
fast as
going
I
back
can,
on the
dearie.
boat? I was
yes.
hoping we could sleep over here for a night. Okay.
Nope.
That's okay.
No sleeping here. Definitely not. We've got some major trouble on the horizon if you've made enemies with Captain Zola. He's not a nice person. Who would have guessed, right? Let's Skippy, Danya just begins to like shout around. We need to start getting ready. Prepare the sails. You bring the ropes with us. We'll need them. Fuck, we don't have to pay for the mooring. Screw it. We'll just pay them when we get back. Go. We gotta go. And as they're kind of like getting ready on the ship,
We indulge in illegal activities to leave port more quickly.
as everyone is beginning to rush, you see the group of you. Captain has gone off alongside the first mate. The crew have also gone off, but you see 2 of the other investigators, the investors themselves, Yulara and Lesia. They are currently on the side of the ship. They have hoisted on this small kind of wooden boat onto the back, clipped it into place, and there is a tarp that is wrapped over the top. You see they kind of like look over, seeing a bit of a commotion, and they kind of like put everything back and begin to stand up. You see the Hibidont, the kind of stingray female, kind of presents herself forward. So, what is happening here? Are we in trouble or are we ready to get going?
Both.
Both.
I was hoping to sketch some more plants, but I guess we can go.
I'm sure there'll be plenty on the way. We'll be passing several islands, so be sure to keep an eye out.
Thank the gods for that one.
You just stick by me,
Yes.
dear. Us scientists, we gotta stick together.
I wish we could stick together on land.
Oh, I know. It's not the most pleasant of experience. I'll give you that. I came here with such enthusiasm, but it is waning.
Yulara also steps off. She kind of looks at the three of you present here. Okay, let's go then. Let's get this show on the road. And she
Let's go,
begins to
dearies.
walk up as well. As the ropes are being prepared, the sails are being to unfurl and open up. You can see the different ships that are docked in the kind of like main port here. It's not a massive port, but there are several ships. There's more than at least a dozen. So some of them do stand out instead of others. A few that look fairly intimidating, let's say the least. That ring the bell of a pirate. You see two that stand out. One of them is this strange hull design, which is almost like a snowplow. You see, rather than this kind of nicely curved bow that comes out to the front, the end of it comes down with these two large jagged points, like they're filled with hundreds of spears towards the ends of them. They look like they're used for ramming, and you can see a few of them are snapped off. There's a fair bit of blood on some of them, and there's elements of wooden boats, smaller, that have been impaled and are being taken off of those. That one is the Hull Smasher. And you see another one, which is this ship that, for a moment, takes a few seconds to actually see if it's there, because it is almost completely coated in this silver sheen that reflects the environment around it. And it almost gives it like an invisible look to it, if you weren't to be paying attention, especially on the horizon. If it were to be there, just in a distance, it would reflect the water and you'd probably not even see it there at all. But it is a very tall, intimidating ship once you've seen it. That one you can see at the back, the Agnal Air written on it, part of Captain Zola's troop. But all of these ships docked here, you guys are one of the first to leave as the sun is beginning to rise. You've been here overnight. You landed kind of in the night time, got your stuff out, ready to stay, but instead now you are tending to leave almost straight away. So what I'll ask from the group of you is, what are you doing on the ship? What is your kind of role? What would you like to be doing whilst you're on the ship? There is spaces to do things if you wanted to do something, but most of it can be taken up by Skippy and Tanya. So it is up to you if you wish to partake. But feel free to interrupt and say what you'd like to do.
Hunting mice.
Hunting mice on a boat.
Yep, if there is
There
any
is mice on
ways.
boats,
Yeah.
Okay, well,
at least.
how long
Guys,
have you
don't
been
hurt-
on this ship, Happy?
Probably a little bit less than a month.
So you're really bad at your job then, is what you're telling me.
Hey, we can pick up mice whenever we stop at the shore.
Okay. Sure, as you begin to like look around, you see the telltale signs of rat droppings that are being left around. There are some invaders on the ship, some fresh ones that you've maybe not found or have just aborted whilst you were docked up, perhaps with some cargo. You're not sure what it is, but do you begin to hunt down these mice and rats, whatever they may be?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm just trying to find all of them.
Sure. As you begin to weave your way through, just roll a d20, please.
Mm-hmm. I'll use Google. A 19.
19, Jesus. Through your snooping as you're going around to different spots, you also find moments of kind of like eavesdropping. You hear areas. You're in the belly of the ship. You know the ship quite better than probably some others when it comes to sneaking around and listening in to conversations, whether it's by choice or not, but it sounds like it's by choice. You hear some people just talking back and forth, some in hushed tones in private quarters, others just kind of lounging about and going about their day. You can choose one of three people to listen into. You have Eulara, you have Captain Marlowe, or you have Lark. Those are the three that you can choose to listen into.
I'll go with the first one.
Which one was that?
Yulara.
Laura.
Just making sure.
Immediately forgot.
You listen into Eulara's conversation. It seems to be almost like hushed tones to herself. She doesn't seem to be talking to anyone else, but she's just kind of talking out loud. I don't even know where to start, really. I've gone through all of the process, but the final destination I can never pinpoint. Right, so talisman originated from these islands. If I were to go around them, but no, I can't. There's a perpetual storm around it. How's that? Maybe we have to go into the storm.
She looking at like a map or something?
At the moment, it's all visual. Do you want audio? Do you want a visual? Do you want to look in?
He kind of has like a mental battle with himself. Ooh, a secret. No, except bad. It's bad to eavesdrop, but secrets. Damn it! And he eventually peeks a little bit around the corner.
Okay. As you kind of peek around the corner, you can see she's holding this device that she's now placed on the table. It's like this almost ratcheted, interlocking element of some sort of like talisman, is the best way to put it. There's a gem in the center, and you can see interlocking elements that have gone flush with it, and it's now a flat disc. You see the flat disc has this glow along the rim, along the edge, but it seems to be inert. She's let go of it, you saw a light kind of fade, and then she just placed it on the table. Whether she holds it and it causes light or not, you're unsure, and what it shows, you're unsure as well. But you see it resting on the side. As well, you kind of look over, okay, go on.
Just as soon as he sees it, like the cat-like eyes, just like dinner plates, all of a sudden just grow wide.
Mm-hmm.
No.
It's within reaching distance.
He'll wait for a bit, just so
Okay.
she's not looking directly at it.
Sure. You can see the Gith begins to look at another piece of document. Seems like research, as it's old kind of text that have just been left here in a satchel that she carries on the side. She's opened it up, looking through the documents and kind of going through different things. What you see is what looks like a smattering of different things. It's not in the same like font, it's not in the same typeface. It's all kind of like different writings. There's also elements
Happy
of
can
drawings.
read, but yes.
Excellent. They don't know anyway. It's all just strange
Pictures.
wiggles, some bigger wiggles, some smaller wiggles. But it is just kind of like a gathering of different research notes. But she seems to understand, even though you don't, because you don't read. So she's just kind of looking through them and then kind of looking at the talisman every so often, continues to look, and you see she has a map in front of her as she's guiding her finger through, and her finger lands in a point where several islands meet. In the archipelago, it's not uncommon for islands to have a large kind of grouping, but this one has a kind of a unique slight of kind of property to it. It seems to be almost like a perfect ring around a specific element. You see her finger kind of leads to that and then just stops, and she just kind of like taps it a few times. I should probably inform the captain of our next destination. And she just wraps it up and she begins to head up. Do you try and grab the talisman, or?
He probably will try to, yes, just like snatch it.
Okay, roll a d20, please.
Okay. An 11.
11, okay. You snatch the talisman. You have it. But what do you do after that?
Did she also leave the papers, or did she take them?
She's got the papers. She's not left. You see, you've taken the talisman. and you've got quick hands, but she reached down and then grabs the table, and she looks around. What are you doing?
Scatter.
You just run.
Literally
as
like
fast as you can.
a cat that has realized they're in trouble and just crawls away. Just
You just run off. You see, the last thing you see is just her like grabbing the table, and you just scatter, and then that's it. You just run. Where'd you run to?
probably somewhere still below deck. If there's any like barrel he can hide behind.
Sure.
Inspecting the little talisman thingy.
Okay. As you hold the talisman in your hand, hiding in a little nook and cranny in the far reaches of this kind of storage unit, where no one tends to go. This is kind of like your safe space, where you've stowed yourself away.
There's like a poorly makeshift bed.
It's using like iron bars as like
And like
reinforcements.
slightly creepy plushies of every crew member.
Okay, that's a choice.
It's not even, it's just a stick, it's like little made out of sticks. It's not even a plushie.
You just begin to hear voices from the plushies. You just hear, you should look at it.
I am, shut up.
Huh?
You begin to stare at the talisman. It's shiny. It's not golden in its color. It's more of like it feels and looks like it should be a kind of like iron metal. But this is smooth, polished stone that has this kind of very cold to the touch feel. It's been carved by hand, and it looks like every element is stone, but it clicks and moves as if it were to be a well-oiled machine. It is in its kind of disc state at the moment, but as you begin to like play around with it, you feel notches on the side kind of click, and then it kind of springs outwards into this almost half semi-sphere. As it appears in your hand, you can feel that it creates this like bubble in front of it that has a slight squidginess to it.
Poke, 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 poke.
Bloop, 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 bloop.
What the fuck is this thing?
Pop it. Pop it. Eat it. Eat
No, I tried to eat soap before. It was disgusting.
What do you do with this?
Is there anything inside the bubble?
The bubble itself seemed to just form from when the sides had disconnected from each other and then opened up. It's almost like, think of it as when you're creating a bubble, the element of soap will just kind of open as you open your hand up. So it's kind of like the formation is happening because these two elements have opened up against each other. But it's like an invincible sort of orb, like a bubble inside that you can't really like break. You can try and fold it out further if you want.
Does it seem like it would break if I did?
No, it doesn't seem so.
Okay. I'll open it up a little bit more to see if we can see what's in the bubble, if there is anything.
You twist it further and further, and then it ends up that the two kind of like rings, if you will, kind of form. They open up and click into the back. The rest of it, like a fan, opens up into this bubble. And inside that red gem that was there before is still in the very center of this formation, of this sphere. The gem itself doesn't glow. The bubble itself feels very tangible, very squidgy. But you're unsure of what it is or what it does. Throw it. Throw it.
No!
Bounce it. Bounce it.
I know who's gonna know what to do with this. And then we can get the gem inside. And he's gonna look for Sasha.
Okay. So, Sasha, what's Sasha up to on the ship?
Sasha's on the deck, trying to get this careful balance of not too close to the edge of the ship to actually see the water, but not too far away from it to not be able to run over there and throw up, because they're not doing well. They have not adjusted to being on the boat, and they are not doing well. But they're trying to distract themselves by sorting their notes and actually starting on writing their report. They're not getting very far, though.
Someone who is in a very similar kind of space as you is Lark. You see Lark, the turtle, is just kind of leaning against the side. You having seasickness too? I much prefer being in the water than being on it.
No. Being in the water makes my skin all clumpy. I cannot recommend.
Sorry. You just see me begins to belch on the side.
Don't. Okay.
Oh, did I get it on you?
No, but I'm
Well,
gonna
there
move
goes
a few
my
feet over there.
breakfast.
Okay, stop talking about food. I'm gonna go over there, so I can't hear you.
Okay. I think it's coming again.
Okay. Deep breaths. This is for science.
Walking beside you, as you leave to the other end of the ship, you see Alessia, the stingray hibidont. She will walk over. Are you having troubles on the seas?
No, none whatsoever. Thank you.
Okay, then I will not help you. And she just walks away.
No, I did not mean that. That was sarcasm. Please, if you have anything that could help.
I have my own ways, yes. But before I help you, can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
What is it you're looking for on this expedition?
Information?
Of?
Well, I think what we're all here for, this island, the mysterious one. My professor's all obsessed with it. So, yeah, I got that horrible assignment. Sorry.
No, you see she kind of touches your shoulder and you feel a moment of her eyes. They're kind of like a black just eye in general, but for a moment they kind of like flicker, and your eyes like find themselves strained on hers, and in that moment you feel this kind of, where there was a heaviness in your stomach, you feel it lighten slightly, and you also feel that kind of like more rocking sensation that your inner kind of counterbalance was having is almost steadied, and you find that the rocking of the ship is no longer affecting you.
Oh, that is extremely useful. Okay. How do you do? Is that? Okay, I'm not gonna ask.
My people, we have abilities of primal energies. The sea is of a primal nature, and ourselves, we are entwined with it. And I've just borrowed elements of Tither, and they have bestowed a guiding light for you, so you do not feel its negative side. Because with everything there is good and bad. I've just tried to reassure you that the good is better than the bad.
Right. Excellent. That's going to be extremely helpful in keeping my head clear and neutral. I appreciate it. Considering you just asked me a question, am I now allowed to ask you a question?
I see why not. We are on this trip together.
Excellent, excellent. So the three of you, you are investing in this, you are funding this, correct?
That is right, yes. We are hoping to get to this mysterious land first before others do, because, well, we are worried that someone may take advantage of it. But also we have some personal ties to this land.
Personal? Like a family history or something, or more like deeper?
Well, where I come from, in the deep oceans, there are stories of Gerral as a nation that was a almost symbol of power, structure. They were this force that was sheltered for a lot of time. But whatever they made there was beautiful in creation. They found ways of melding what they knew of the spiritual and creating with that knowledge creations of...
Sorry, can you slow down just a tiny bit? Just a tiny bit. Go on.
They are an amazing nation that we want to find out why they disappeared. They are technologically savvy, but also know the spirit, the heart, how that inflicts and can control everything around us.
Oh, control. So you want to like unite the archipelago or something? Is that a thing? Are you like politicians? Oh god.
No, nothing like this. This is...
God.
You see, she looks over towards Yulara, who has now walked over to the captain, and they seem to be talking about plans on navigating further as he shifts the boat to the starboard side and heading in a more direct path. Well, she has a personal ties with this family that has, well, been in the city, in this nation.
Oh. Okay.
Which is odd because, well, there are reasons for it.
Okay. That's going to look horrible in a report. Could you specify? I can't just write there are reasons for it. That looks
Roll a
like
d20.
shit. Okay. Oh, that's a 9.
9. I'm sure you will find out soon. It is hard to describe because my perspective is quite specific. But I'm sure from someone of the land like yourself, you may see things differently for how marvelous or perhaps terrifying or scary this land may be.
Okay, sure. Right. Okay, that's gonna help.
But just know that we are well versed and equipped.
Cool. Okay. Alright, is that what the extra boat is for? Or did you just put that on here just like because?
Well, it didn't have one before, and we think that it's necessary to have as an escape plan if something were to happen. Are you writing all of this down?
Yeah, of course I am.
Okay. I should probably be more careful with my words then. The small ship is a countermeasure for when things go wrong. Because if you've seen this ship, it does not look like it can hold.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, Captain Marlowe is really the only other person that we could trust on this expedition. Everyone else
Yeah,
is
no, the other
freed.
captains didn't seem trustworthy. No,
they do not. It is unfortunate that they also know of the rough whereabouts of where to go because of this Captain Deadeye. But it is no matter. We shall figure it out.
Yeah, certainly. We'll totally figure this out. And if not, we all get to go home. So that's cool too. Even though it would be a more interesting report if we actually find it. And they might actually put it in the library. That would be pretty cool. Okay.
Keep those hopes high.
Thank you again for the thing. The anti-sickness thing. That was cool.
If you're ever in need of aid against water, I'm happy to provide some assistance. I see that you are very uncomfortable on the seas.
Yeah. And they just sort of eye the water right next to the boat like,
Mm-hmm.
Why do you exist?
A wave appears with a middle finger.
The ocean's got sass, damn.
Okay, well, whilst Happy is looking for Sasha and Sasha is on the deck of the ship, what's Val up to? Where's Val?
Can I ask chronologically?
Yes.
Is it as the stories went on?
It's pretty much happening simultaneously, these kind of moments. So.
Oh, okay. Okay. So,
but if you want to go afterwards, that's more than fine as well.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I sort of Val's taking it all in at all times. She's very more observant than sort of she hides behind the old person facade. And there are people who are like reminding her, remember you were gonna draw me a portrait, right? I was like, yes. But she's noticing the way people, she started realizing, connecting the pieces, how people react to scholars, to herself and Leonie. And she wants to go to Leonie and maybe talk to them.
Okay.
Well, the character's name is Sasha.
Breaks the fourth wall.
So Val goes and sees Leonie. Leonie, continue.
It's okay.
Hi.
You should see when Max calls us our character names outside of session.
Yeah.
Val was having a senior moment, okay?
Val was watching the stream.
Val, no, she like, look, at a certain age, you just kind of can't remember anyone's names. You call everyone sweetie and just get away with it. And I just walk over to Sasha. I was like, hey, sweetie.
Yeah, what can I do?
I wanted to talk to you about something, scientist to scientist, if I may.
Yeah, and they put like away like 5 pieces of paper they had in their hand and like 3 pencils, one behind their ear. That I was like, okay, I can put these there. Okay, yes. What?
I wanted to ask you. I noticed something, and I wanted to know if you've noticed this too. People have reacted strangely to us taking down notes, asking about the island, writing it down. They all seemed unbecoming to it, untoward. And I just found it peculiar.
I guess.
Did you not notice that?
Oh, no, not really. I mean, maybe, I guess.
Oh, it could be that I'm wrong. It's just that there's this reluctance to give information that I'm just not used to. You know, I work with plants and most they don't talk to me that way. Their talk is more chemical, of course. But
well,
after
I don't work with people ever, so I tend to mostly work with books. So,
I am also on a
I'm not
learning
sure how
curve.
they're supposed to respond to questions. Is this not normal?
There is no normal for me. You just be yourself.
Oh.
Say whatever you want to say. I genuinely am asking something I am not certain of. I could be wrong though, but there is a part of me that is sort of worried right now and sort of keeping her guard up. And
Mm-hmm.
I would like to share notes with you, but I want to be cautious. You can look at my notes. If you don't want to share yours, that's perfectly fine. Scientists can be very um, competitive. Uh, I'm not. I'm on a personal journey, personal discovery. Whatever I
Mm-hmm.
note is just, in the way, on the way, by the by, and this. I just wanted to just be a little bit careful whenever you're asking questions.
Right, okay.
It's
Well,
just an. It's
recommend
just an.
being careful. Right,
I didn't
yes.
mean to worry
Keep going.
you. I just sort of giving advice. Maybe it's, unnecessary, but I just wanted to point it out to you. I hope you don't mind.
No, this is extremely interesting.
That's
It's
good.
great
That's
to have
good.
other insights.
How's your seasickness?
Huh? Oh, right. The and they obviously flip back a few pages to check their notes. No, not Lark. Lark's a turtle. Alicia something? I don't remember her name. She touched me and it went away, which is apparently a phenomena of her people. It's extremely interesting. And they just keep talking about that and how it felt, and especially essentially they wrote it down their notes, and they also show it to you, and they wrote down everything.
Alicia.
Yeah.
Do you know
The meant to
the
be
manta ray?
Yeah.
I've
She's
actually read about it recently in my grandmother's letters. She was a marine biologist, and I have a stack of her letters. That's why I'm on this journey.
Can I see them?
Of course.
Can I copy them? Because that would be like direct sources, and there's none for this stupid island. None.
There's some
But I need
information she
their
has about this island. I've actually been using them as a sort of. I have my own nautical map. I don't want to bother the actual captains and navigators. They kind of see me just as some lady with too much time. So I've been doing my own research. And, if you treat my grandmother's words with respect and give her all the, I'm named after her, Valerie Whale Song. That was my grandmother.
Right. I'm gonna credit her. We can get that into her.
They're all in my room. If you want to see the letters and the sketches I've been
Yes,
making
please.
and the maps. Yes. Okay. So I assume I have a room on this ship.
You do, yes.
Okay.
Each one of you have your own private quarters.
Okay.
Except for Happy. They have a bungalow instead.
What do you mean? He has the most luxurious room in the whole ship.
And he's got so many friends and guests there as well.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
A feast of dead mice.
Oh my god.
Just go on.
Can we go to my room?
Of course you can.
Okay. We gone into my room, and of course,
we happen to meet Happy on the way.
Sure.
Like Happy has been looking at them for from a distance, waiting for first Alicia to leave and then for Val to leave, and he looks like a person who's holding in a fart real bad, but instead of fart, it's a secret. He's just standing there staring intently.
What you don't notice is that the first mate, Stevie, he's literally behind you doing the same thing. He's just looking at you like, is he gonna move? Is he? What's he looking at? Why is he standing so
Happy?
still?
Stevie, are you... Did you want to talk to us?
Yes.
Are you okay?
Not him. Go away.
Oh.
Just like puts his hand in his face, trying to him back. Go away. Go away, small man.
Right. I think that's our superior at the moment. You should probably say, okay. That's
What are you trying to?
Don't mind Happy. Don't mind Happy. Happy, honey, come with us, okay?
Okay, great.
Come
Let's
with us.
go.
I'm just like getting in out of trouble. Like, you gotta, those kids with extra energy, you just gotta be really careful about them.
all right.
Okay.
What did I do? As he's just kind of like standing there, the rest of you walk away.
Yeah, bye. Okay.
Okay, if you're good, Happy, we can, while Sasha lists through all my letters, I can draw you if you like.
How long is that gonna take?
Oh,
I need to talk to you about something.
We can talk. I can do several things at the same time.
No, I need to talk to you. Points to Sasha.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Do you want me to?
I mean, no, both is fine.
Do you want me to like la 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 la?
How would you do that?
I don't have a lovely singing voice, so I get it.
Right.
I'll go to the kitchen and grab us something to eat, and I'll be right back. Is that
Okay.
right?
Oh wait, I don't feel sick. Cool. Yeah.
Okay, I go off to the kitchen and like grab some snacks and like so around.
Okay. In the meantime, Happy and Sasha, the two of you are alone in Val's room.
Right.
Okay.
Right, as I leave, I was
Looks
don't sleep on my bed, okay? And just like leaves.
No promises.
Okay. Why the fuck would we?
Okay. Takes a look around, make sure nobody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
So I found this. Was it the talisman?
You found? Okay, no, I'm not.
Yes.
I don't care. Okay.
And it has this thing inside, and he opens it up again with the gem. Pop it.
Huh. Oh, you want to
Open
pop it?
I want the thing inside.
Oh, well, it's a gem. That's reasonable. I think it's a gem. I'm also going to poke it.
You push in, the bubble doesn't break. How far do you go? It's got some resistance to it.
Yeah, sure, just all the way.
Okay. Can you roll a d20?
Oh
I
dear.
sure can.
The ship explodes all of a sudden.
At the 16. I better not make the ship explode.
16,
Yeah.
You press against the bubble. Boop, you touch the red gemstone in the center, and you watch as the bubble itself. Boop, and now the gemstone is still there inside of this now flattened disc at the back end with just the ruby, this kind of like red gem.
Carefully break it out.
It's kind of held in place. You can try and pull it apart if you want to.
Happy's like immediately, as soon as the bubble is gone, just like grab hands, just.
Okay,
Just to say,
D20
I'm gonna
for
hold
both
it
of
above
you.
their head. I'm just holding it above their head, like.
This is a contested check from the two of you. D20
Okay.
each.
4.
13.
Happy, you reach up, you try and grab it, but Sasha's also holding onto it, so it's kind of like a tug of war at this point.
Get me! I found it first! It's mine!
Stealing is not. You know what? Here you go. Here you go. I was gonna bring it out and give it to
Okay,
you.
kids, I'm here with the.
Here you go.
Just shoves it in his pocket.
I saw
Nothing
that.
happened. No. You didn't.
Happy. I'm not gonna take it from you. I just want to see what it is.
That's what all the people who want to take it say.
That's a fair point.
Yes, but I'm holding an entire tray of cookies. They're chocolate chips.
Start sweating.
And
This is the hardest decision of my life.
And I got a big glass of milk.
Fine.
Oh,
Just
I don't
shoves the
think
crystal
these are
in
milk.
on the bed or somewhere.
I think
take
in my notes. Yeah, you shouldn't be drinking milk. That says here. I don't remember why I wrote it down, but it doesn't. You should not. Drink
You
milk.
guys keep pointing to these squiggly things, and I don't know what they mean. And just drinks.
Right. So this says cat not drink milk.
Cat's
Right,
milk.
right.
Yeah, like other animals' milk, but cat's milk is fine. This is cat's milk.
Does that count as cannibalism?
I don't know why ships have it. I'm not a ship scientist.
I can have milk.
Is there a
milk.
ship scientist?
Make milk.
Cat's milk, yeah.
I don't think you might be able to make milk. I think you have to have babies for that.
No, it's fine. It's 5e rules. It's fine.
What?
Milk is possible.
Thank you. Would Val know what this is?
You can roll a d20.
Okay.
And
Can I
let me know
do
what the roll
real
is.
dice?
Of course you can.
Okay.
I think you've killed Leonie.
Hang in there, sweetie.
You know, as the cat meme, hang in there.
18.
18. You've seen this in the research notes that you've had. You're not sure what this device is used specifically, but it's seen as a relic of great importance to the nation of Gerral. It's seen as it's not a unique item. It's one of many, but it seems to be almost like a localized power source, as though it can power and control a small settlement. Or maybe a fraction of what these people can create, because they have been known to make these strange mechanical and scientific kind of things. In terms of your research as well, you would know that there are almost guardians that exist in this city, in this nation, that are almost depicted as powered by these things, as though this is the power source that allows them to act freely. You would also understand that to allow this to even be possible, a sacrifice is needed. Inside the red gem, there is a soul. And most likely, this is a soul from that nation, that place, from those people trapped inside of this, and is used as essentially a battery.
Renewable energy source. Let's go.
I sort of
Questionable
stare at
burial
it,
practice.
and I'm very quiet because I'm thinking so many things at the same time. I've read my grandmother's letters enough to realize approximately what it is, and like it just kept seeming like she was right, because Val comes from a scientific family, and my grandmother was the first one to sort of well into the arcane, and they call her the Mad Woman because they didn't believe her that the Gerral is real. But I guess she was right, and sort of all these things well in her is like. And I look at Happy, I was like, "Why did you get this?"
Like midway into eating cookie.
I'm not mad.
He found it.
Yes, I found it.
Now, when you say found it, is it the way you found the catnip I had in my purse? Is that like the found?
Why did you have catnip in your purse?
I'm a botanist. I
Mind
have
your
many
own business,
plants.
Sasha. People can have catnip.
I have many
Anyway.
plants. I have even some like that could ease your seasickness, but you know.
That's not important.
Uh,
Someone else already took care of that.
so it just happened to be I found it near the investigator lady.
I think you mean investor.
Ula.
Whatever it is.
Right.
Yes, that one. Not the fish one or the turtle
Yes.
one.
This might be related to the thing we're looking for.
Can I eat it?
Nope.
If
Oh. Can I
this is
sell it?
what I think it is,
No, we have to keep it as evidence.
that you really don't want to touch this, and to be honest, I don't want to touch it either. If
Wait, we already touched it.
it's not gonna do any damage, of course. I mean, we're all still alive, but there might be a chance there's a soul in this, trapped, used as energy.
Fix it
I'm
up,
not.
looks inside.
I'm not quite certain, Sasha. You can read my grandmother's letters. It's some of the things I'm saying to you. She said at first. She described not one but several
Yeah,
objects
okay.
like these, and they were of great importance.
Where are the letters?
There's
Please,
a
let me read
person
them.
inside.
They're here, and I give her a box, a beautiful little box,
That's so
and it
many
has
letters.
all it and like the letters are cataloged chronologically. They have like little tabs, color coded tabs. Here, be careful now. They're academic, and they have academic and personal value. This,
Yeah, I'll be
this,
really careful with them.
and I pull out a map, and I sort of look at all the dots I've pointed and all the notes that all the info that I've gathered through the letters, and it was like, I have to confer with the captain. So, would you be mad at me if I took your toy just for a little while?
I can't eat it. It's useless. And I can't sell it.
No, also wait, if you talk to the captain and show him this, he might confiscate it or something, and we can like use that. We could put it at a museum, for example, or something. Like that's way better than having it on the ship. It could get lost. That would be horrific for like everything. It's just a literal piece of history.
Do you think that lady will be mad?
Not if she doesn't find out.
She won't be mad at me. I'll say that I've found it.
Yes.
No, wait. This ends with us giving it back. Why would we give it back?
If it turns out
Good point.
that the land is real and that there are people still there, then this is not for a museum. That they need it.
Right.
Perhaps.
Yeah, but what's like the likelihood of us actually finding this thing? Super low. So we should totally just collect every piece of evidence we can actually get. Because otherwise I can write down as much as I want. This report is going to be fucking worthless.
I think that where we're going, we're going to have a lot more objects such as these. And we're going to have plenty for the museums and everything, but I think we need this one for a greater purpose. You can read everything.
Fine.
And I sort of stare at it some more, and sort of I feel uneasy as I'm holding this. Like I become more and more anxious. Just like I don't want this. I don't
You know,
want
I
this.
can hold it for you.
Yeah, I can hold it.
I'll take this to. I'll take this to Marlowe. Is that our captain?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna take my map. That's not part of the letters. I'm gonna take my map and the thing, and I'm gonna go to Marlowe.
Okay.
And I'm gonna start copying down the letters.
Sure thing. Sasha begins to copy. What's Happy doing?
Tries to entertain himself by looking at the letters, gets bored. Because there isn't many. He's seen all the pictures
Too many
he
words.
finished.
Too many squigglies.
He's gonna go up to the top deck, see if what's the mood like of everyone, see if he can find Tanya, if she has any tasks for him.
Okay. All right, first we'll go to Val. Val, you take the map in hand alongside the talisman that you had. You see the captain is currently at the helm of the ship. The day is kind of midway. You're about, let's say, 2 p.m. at this point, so the sun is still high. The wind is fair. It is blowing in the right directions, and you see he seems to be content and happy as he's just kind of holding at the helm and sees you approach. Auntie Val, how can I help you?
Captain Marlowe. I sort of just smile knowingly, and I sort of show him the object in my hands. Like, did you lose this?
Nope, I haven't, but I know someone who has.
Do you know what this is?
Well, somewhat. I'm not very well versed in their customs, but I have a rough idea of what they've told me. It's and as he's kind of talking about it, you see hanging on from kind of ropes that lead up to the central mast, you see Yulara hanging from the side, just looking down, very proficient in kind of the way she holds herself on the ship as she just slowly descends downwards using one of the ropes and stands beside you, Val. Excuse me. Where did you find it?
We were just talking about you. Is this yours?
Yes. May I have it back?
Of course. I was
Thank
just
you.
asking the captain, does he know what it is?
I'm sure
you
he's
know?
heard many of our stories. Yes, I know what it is. It's a siphon. It gives power.
Of sorts, yes.
There's a
Can I ask
cost
why-
involved, but yeah.
I'd say cost is a little weak of a word. If what I think is true.
Perhaps.
Can I ask where you got it?
Family
I'm just
heirloom.
curious. You don't have to tell me. I'm just we're all on our little journeys, and I'm on mine. I'm not working for any museums or anything. I'm just putting back the family puzzle. And my grandmother wrote about this place that we're supposed to find, and I know what this is and what the cost is and what it does in bits and pieces, not all of it, of course, but so this means that it's real. It's really real.
Yeah, you're not the only one trying to piece together their family tree. I have a very similar reason for this journey, and this was my start in all of it.
And
My
she
own
sort
family.
of leans out her hand as a sort of like empathy support.
She'll kind of look at the hand for a moment, but won't shy away from it. You don't have
And
to patronize me or place your hand on my shoulder. I've experienced life. I am where I am, and I'm driven to get the answers that I need. This, and she lifts off your hand, I do not need.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend. I was trying to show support. It was definitely not patronizing. You don't need any help from me. I was
Perhaps
just
one.
admiring you.
You mentioned that your grandmother had done research.
Yes, Valerie Whalesong. I was named after her.
How outspoken were they with their research?
No one's actually seen them but me in years. She died a long time ago, and my family kept the letters from me. She wasn't sure either, because she knew how the scientific community would react. You have to have proof, solid proof, when you want to tell a story, even though it's true. So she didn't get very far. To people she told, nobody believed. That's why I'm here.
But does that mean your grandmother was actually there?
To the best of my knowledge, because even though she's of a sound mind, some of the words that she was using and the way she wrote her sentences, something's off. I can't tell what something's off, so I don't understand some of it. I think she was.
I think mine was as well. I would not have this in my possession if otherwise, and since you know so much about it as well, it seems that perhaps our family ties were much closer than we first thought.
Butterscotch?
Sure, I could have one. But here's a question. Do you know of this place, of the island?
I mean, I know what I've read as a child. You know, you grow up with all these tales and myths and legends, and, you know, it's one of many great civilizations that have collapsed from power, metaphorical or otherwise, and, you know, have perished. Many have met the same fates, and the way people talk about this, the scientist, the skeptical in me, sort of befuddled. Why does this one stand out so much?
I think it's because of the nature of what if. What if it were still here? What could it have done? And on the other side, why did this all happen? We both don't know why they isolated themselves. We both don't know why they're in this situation and why they disappeared. There must be a reason for it. They were a height of great power, spiritual and arcane. Why would they hide themselves, seclude themselves so far away? The legend says that the island of paradise, known as Motu Paraiso, is the land, the nation, the center point of these people, of Gerral itself, where its story starts. But there is a subsection of islands, a group of islands known as the Kuko. It means claw in the native language. There, at its very heart, there is nothing but water. There is no island. But people seem to think that's the same place where all of this started. At the very heart of it. That's where the island is. My research, and the way that I've prepared for this at least, is we aren't finding an island. We're finding something hidden underwater. Something in the very deep of the sea, of the ocean. Something within that cuckoo. And something perhaps chose to be there, but also might not have. There are reasons why things happen. Perhaps this was one of those ill fates to a nation that should have never gone.
Understood. I mean, I have some notes and I've jotted down, and I've been doing my own little navigating, and she shows the map.
Mm-hmm.
And sort of there's this one section of the map that like her grandmother kept referring to, and sort of circled several times. And to the best of my knowledge, she kept referring to this place as, I'm not going to say the island itself, but maybe a gateway, a remnant, a clue. What do you make of it?
I think it's a shame that we can't see your grandmother here now, because I'm sure she would help in this journey. And as well, I would like to hear more of what she had learnt. But sometimes
I
you can
have
wish
no
for things.
problem sharing, but I will repeat a similar conversation I had with the young Genasi, Sasha. I have noticed people. I mean, I hide behind the old frail woman facade, but I notice things and people have given us strange looks. Now, I can defend myself, but I don't know about other people. Should we be worried?
If everyone is so scared of this Captain Deadeye, and seemingly the biggest bad disappeared from the face of Kurthaek, then I think we should be very worried.
Interesting. I've not pegged you as afraid.
Well, some people are strong and some people aren't. Captain Deadeye was one of the strongest.
I don't think fear is a weakness. I just didn't see you as such. I am wondering about the reason behind the fear more than the object. I am certain that that she was formidable, but so are most people who are seafarers. You have to be tough. So, what's so special about them?
You have to be tough. But for me, it's, and is for you, personal. Failure is not an option. And I fear that. I do not fear the sea. I do not fear what these other pirates might do on our journey. I fear of losing. I fear of failure. Because this is all I've got. I lost one thing. This is the only thing left. So I'd like to make sure that I go through it with every box ticked and make sure that I have the right people by my side. And she looks over towards the captain, who is still in the earshot and listening, and he kind of nods. This is a small crew, but it's one that I can trust. And I'm sure I can trust you as well.
I have more information, the little I have in my room. Let's go together and see if Happy ruined every single object in the room.
Let's have a look at it then. And she'll join you towards your quarters.
Did she react at all to the fact that it's technically broken?
No.
Yeah. Whoopsies.
She sees you've messed with it, but she just takes it as it is. She understands that you've been moving it around probably and trying to figure out how it works, but she doesn't seem offended or anything.
Sure. Figuring out how it works. That's totally what we were doing.
Pop the bubble.
Feel like
Yes.
bite marks on the talisman itself.
Yeah. But you head back with Val. Sasha, what are you up to?
Probably just speed copying all the letters, and as any student does, not reading a single word while doing it.
Okay.
So they're copying it, they're not understanding any of it. It's just one word, next word, next word, next word. They're not reading the context.
Mhm.
And then once they're done copying, they're going to start actually going through them and reading it and making sense of it.
Okay.
Comparing it to what they've already figured out, what they've done in their research and stuff.
Perfect. Then I think as we're all still in the cabin, before we get into a next bit of roleplay, maybe we should have a break, halfway break. Slightly over halfway. We have another hour remaining, but we may as well have a break at some point. So we can have a quick 5-10 minute break. So we'll see you back in a bit. Stay tuned.
Yay, break.
Hello, and welcome back. We've had a quick break, and we are here for part 2 of part 1. Wow, so many parts. But as we get back into it, you have gathered back together in Val's cabin. All of you are present. You have brought alongside you.
I'm pretty sure
Yes.
Happy left.
Oh, Happy's gone?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he left. He left.
Where did Happy go?
He went to look for Tanya.
Oh, yeah. Tanya is currently talking with... who would she be talking with? I'd say she's by herself. She's by herself in the kitchen, preparing some meals for everyone, readying up, and yeah, you just smell this kind of warm, very kind of home cooking beginning to catch in the air as this stew is being kind of warmed up. Several bits of meat have been thrown in with some vegetables, nothing too fancy, but a very hearty meal being prepared for a long journey. Do you sneak up on her as always?
Yep, just
Okay.
appear. Not on purpose, but just out of nowhere.
Okay, can you roll a d20?
Yep.
This is for her, so...
Uh-huh. 17.
17, okay. As she's holding this large pot of scalding hot broth, she turns... Happy.
Hello.
Why did you just appear out of nowhere?
What do you mean? I walked here.
How long were you standing there in silence?
A minute.
A full minute. Something tells me it's been longer than that, since you hesitated. But never mind. What can I help you with? Watch out, I need to put this behind you. I don't want to burn you.
What you cooking?
Just some meals for later.
Is there anything I should do?
Well, what do you like doing?
Hunting mice, but they got away this time.
Okay, well, can you please actually deal with the mice? Because I saw you one time just playing with one. And it looked like you were playing cards, but I don't know if that was true.
Yes, and it won. That time.
Okay, well, remember, you're a stowaway on the ship. We've allowed you to stay, but you yourself have said that this is your job on the ship. If you're not catching rats, mice, dire, cockroaches, whatever it may be, why? What do you want to do? What else do you want to do?
Steal things? I mean, borrow things.
No. We'll go back to that one. Rewind.
Okay. I don't know how to say that backwards.
Do you know how to say your name backwards?
No.
Okay, so can you read? Can you write?
Nope.
Do you know how to... Do you know letters?
Is that something you can eat? Wait, I know it. I saw it in a soup once.
That's alphabetic spaghetti, and that's... Okay. So you do know what... Have you been able to see your name in these spaghetti, in this soup?
No.
All right, so I can't give you any jobs that rely on reading or coherent brain use. What task?
I have a question. If I do hunt the mice, can I eat them?
Well, what is... Hold on. You weren't eating them already? Is that what that smell
No.
is in the storage unit?
No. Maybe.
Have you just been collecting dead mice in the corner of your room? By the way, I think I saw...
That is my corner. You're not allowed to look in there. I don't go in your room snooping. I mean, I do. But I don't usually.
Hmm?
Nothing.
You know that's illegal, right?
What's that?
Okay, just because you don't know what it means doesn't mean you're exempt from it. You're not allowed to go into other people's rooms without their permission. And you don't have a room because you're a stowaway, so I can go into your technical room because it's not actually a room, it's a storage unit for everyone to use. But if, Happy, you work hard enough, I can get you a room.
Okay, how many dead mice?
Well, preferably all of them.
Oh, okay.
I know it sounds like a genocide, but they are
I
an
don't mind.
infestation. Oh, that was quick.
They do have a very delicate hierarchy. We'll need to take them out specifically one by one, instill fear, and then leave their bodies on the side of the ship so no other mice think of getting inside.
Okay, so you don't
That's
know
what
how to
Lisa
read or
Brett
write,
did.
but you understand tactical warfare.
Brett taught me.
You've kind of stumped me with this one. Bread taught you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, you realize that we do not have any wheat or yeast or anything to create bread on the ship because it would go bad fairly quickly. So who is bread?
It's not made out of wheat.
What is bread made out of?
I don't know. What are people made out of? Bones? Meat?
Meat. You think people are made of meat?
I don't know. Why are they so squishy? Are they made out of balloons under there? But there was
Happy.
that water guy, so I guess he's also made of water.
And yes, I think we should probably not talk about the water ganassi anymore. Captain Zola is one of the most feared pirates in this region of the Stanton Archipelago. And as well, could we refrain from talking with people that perhaps might be dangerous?
I didn't know, but I will try.
Okay.
I
When you
shouldn't
go
have
to
offered
these...
him candy then.
Oh, okay, no. No, you shouldn't have.
I'll keep a mental note.
Typically, offering candy to people you don't know is quite frowned upon the other way around. So maybe think about it in their perspective. Accepting candy from a stranger, it's odd.
I always accept candy from a stranger.
And
Any
you
food,
are,
really.
and you are happy, so they've got
Yep,
me there.
that's my name.
Would you like to hunt these mice and scrub the deck?
Okay.
Not simultaneously.
As long as you don't tell the others about the thing you saw in my room.
Do you not feel like they should know about the puppets? You don't think... Okay. What if they discover it, Happy?
Happy's gonna have to change ships.
Okay. Well, we'll try and avoid that. Because I quite like having you here. There's a lot of energy. It keeps the flow going. Every day is different. So do good, and I'll put a good referral in with the captain.
And gives her a hug.
Okay.
Thank you.
You can let go now.
No, I'm okay.
Okay. And she just kind of like picks you up and starts walking over to the rest of the kitchen to continue her cooking.
He's gonna help her out a bit, but eventually he's gonna hop off and look for the mice.
Okay. You go on your exterminating duties. Excellent. The 10 dead mice that you've been keeping in your storage unit, they're still there. So you grab those straight away. You've got 10, starting off strong. I'd like you to roll a d20 to see how well you do with the others.
14.
14. You're tracking down these mice like no one's business. You have been given a mission from your superior, and you are on it. Scouring throughout. A little mice
Just
shrieks as they see you.
darting in front of people's feet before they walk.
You spot at one point the queen rat just kind of pop their head out and look towards you. It squeaks in your direction. Its eyes glare in your direction.
No card games this time, old hag. Throws a fucking dagger at it.
It disappears.
Dang it! It's just chasing after.
Scurries away.
Still trying to like track it down and grab it by the tail.
Sure. Let's say you track it down, you grab it by the tail, but then it finds its way into a nook and cranny, and you end up just catching the end of its tail off. And you have it in your hand as it's just turned around, showed its face to you, looked at you, and with grimace in its eyes.
Next time it's all of you. Look upon ye, all of the rat people. I have a part of your queen, and this will soon be all of your face. Just screaming into an empty room.
All of these dead rats just like flung around back and forth. Okay.
Either walk the plank or face your doom.
You see Tanya pop her head out. Happy, could you do it in a bit more of an inside voice, please?
Walk the plank or you will face your doom.
Thank you. She heads back in.
Look, it's just fucking dead rats. He holds up by their tails.
Is that 30 rats? Was that many on the ship?
Well, the 10 are from before.
Wow. I guess we do really need you around much longer. Okay.
Do you want me to put their bodies on the outside so no other mice get any ideas? I almost caught the queen, but she got away.
I see you have its tail in your hand. Let's maybe not. How about a berry? Let's see. Just fling off the side.
Okay, through the window. Anyone who was like on the top deck looking at the peaceful scene, just like 30
just
dead bodies of rats.
Just this fucking grenade of rats explodes outwards. Lands. What was that?
There you go, fishies.
So, meanwhile, while that's all happening, we go to Val, Sasha, and Yulara. The three of you have been sharing notes, reading notes, and kind of going back and forth on your findings. You begin to piece together that the nation of Gerral were actually never above the surface. They were always a nation underwater. They have been like that since the beginning. As well, they have had warriors, they've had kings and queens, they've had rulers who have kind of stood and been the face of their people. They all share a kind of spiritual energy. The nation, no matter where in the underwater they are from, it seems that 3 specific races have united together to be in this nation, to form this coalition, this alliance. This is a mixture of hibidonts, who are the kind of like shark, almost ray, manta ray sort of creatures, humanoids, of course. The cephalopods, who are almost humanoid squid and octopus creatures. Again, kind of more humanoid rather than monstrous, but having those features nonetheless. And tritons as well. Tritons seem to be a part of this triumvirate of a nation that they've become. In terms of the research that you find, there was a female Triton who was the warrior, the representative of the people, who was this kind of defender of peace, defender of honor, and would be the almost bonding of unity between the outside and the inside when they kind of close off their borders. Her name is mentioned as Delmarian. She's kind of mentioned here and there as just being this one-to-one, this point of contact for some of the research that's been given and found. As well, in the research, you find that there were 2 other kind of major kind of movers and shakers of the time in the nation. There was their leader, whose name isn't really mentioned. They are just known as the leader of Gerral. But also surrounding them were 2 people that were kind of prominent enough in the advancements and technology that they had uncovered. You have the Arcanist, who is this kind of imbuer of the crystal that you have and found, that Yulara had. Their name is Alumara. They seem to be this kind of soul giver, this kind of soul entity that would imbue and bestow power to these great inventions. But she didn't create the inventions. Instead, it was another person, the inventor themselves, a cephalopod, a male cephalopod known as Amorphite. They had created all of these contraptions that would help ward enemies from coming in, but also help the nation function as a whole, to keep them moving into a more progressive future. With the more progressive they got, the more isolated they became. They were getting more and more worried about outsiders getting in. But they still allowed some people in for these kind of talks, for research, for notes, for kind of just sharing information back and forth. There's not much shared on them specifically, except for a surname that seems to be prominent in some of the research, known as Holt. The first name isn't mentioned, but just a surname in the research found. Nor is there a description to them either.
And it just seems like this whole person is important, or like a political figure, or
as you're going through it, you see Yulara. She kind of like sees the name Holt and kind of pauses for a second. Oh, okay. That's a relative of mine.
oh.
Scora Holt. They seemingly had dealings back and forth, and I think that's where the pendant came from. But
wait, a pendant? What sort of pendant?
This, and she kind of pulls out the kind of flat disc that you guys had taken off of her originally. No, same thing.
No, that was in character.
Okay.
Sasha complaining that not new evidence. Boring.
Well, this was in her personal possession, so as to why she has it, I don't know, but now it makes more sense as to why Captain Deadeye was on this mission, I guess. It's strange, nonetheless. Just means more questions to be answered.
Maybe it's the soul of like your great great-grandaunt or something. Maybe that's what kept it.
I hope not. That'd be awkward.
Yeah,
I've had this in my possession since.
Yeah, that's dark.
Yeah.
That's dark, sweetie.
Oh, well.
It could be. I don't know.
I think
How would I be able to
Happy
communicate
Puppy's
with
voice
it?
again.
You hear the shouting of Happy.
Never mind,
There's magicians that can communicate with the dead. Maybe there's someone that can communicate with the soul. I think there's some people like. I mean, Trossadal might have someone that's capable of doing that. You know, there's lots of powerful priests there. Maybe.
Well, it does seem to only operate in my hands. And she kind of holds the relic and creates that bubble that you had seen previously that you had made. But instead, while she holds it in its bubble form, you see the light, the red light in the gem just begin to glow. Brr, brr, brr.
Oh,
just this kind of rhythmic kind of flashing.
Do you know what it's doing?
Well, not really, but I kind of guessed that the bubble that surrounds it is a protective sphere, and then it would locate itself inside of the object that it wants to power, and then the two would work harmoniously, and the disc form is just more for transportation or perhaps as a secondary use. I'm not sure.
You have no idea. Great. Okay. No, that's helpful.
Unfortunately, some of the research that I had was taken. So I don't have all of the pieces to the puzzle.
Taken?
Yes. Captain Deadeye.
Oh, goddamn. Who steals knowledge? That's just annoying.
I know, she is the worst.
Oh, wait, have you met her? Like, personally? I mean, yeah, I guess if she stole from you.
Well, she's my sister, so...
Oh, that makes sense.
Riss is not gonna believe.
Does she also have a pendant?
No, I believe this is the only one we've had. She might have already... She's... We've both been on the seas for a long time. She decided to stay, and I got a little tired of it all, and, well, she amassed a name for herself. Good on her, I guess. But no, I don't know what she has. I know as much as the myths say that she disappeared while searching for great treasure. I wouldn't put it past her if she found it and kept it for herself. She's always been very selfish.
What do you think happened?
Honestly, I don't really care.
Obviously, you care a little since you're here.
I care more about the history rather than the present. The past is more important.
Same. Agreed.
But there's a reason why I chose this ship, and, well, the captain. Well, I don't know if he was or if he is. That's always quite a soft topical point. But I think he's at least in love with my sister, or whether she's actually with him or not, I don't know.
Oh.
So that's why he's on this journey. I couldn't trust anyone else, you see, so...
So you're saying that you brought the man who's in love with the person who stole from you onto your expedition?
Yes.
Does he know who you are?
Oh, yes, he knows. We've spoken about it.
Does he know what we're doing?
Yes, he knows as much as he needs to. He knows we're on a journey to find my sister, and on that journey we may find either A, my sister, or B, what remains of my sister. So either way, at least it gives him the reassurance of if she's still out there or not. I'm sure the man has been quite heartbroken for the last 5 years. He's been sending me messages and such, so...
You don't have to answer this, but if she were alive, what would happen?
Well, the first thing I'd do was punch her, tell her how stupid she
Fair,
was.
she stole.
And she stole from me, and she went on this half-baked, half-cocked. It was a ridiculous idea. And just because she thought she was on top of the world, Pirate Council and everything else, she thought she was unbreakable. And look at her, missing in action 5 years later. I guess she wasn't. Perhaps the ego got too much for her. So no, I don't have much to say for my sister.
It's all right. It's all right. Sasha, did you find anything
Yeah.
interesting in the letters?
Max, did I? Anything that I didn't already know? Anything that stood out to me?
Like something that I might have missed as a human, with my own experiences.
I'd say in terms of the research that's there, you've probably figured out most of it. One thing I will say is there is something in the research that alludes to an event that took place.
Mhm.
Something happened, and sure, why not? Roll for it, Leonie. On D20.
Yeah, no, that's a 7.
Okay. In the research, you find something happened to this nation, and it could only lead one way: extinction.
Oh, well, that's not good. Yeah, so this, right, and they pointed at a part of the letter that they copied. That sounds like they all died. Just like, because you keep talking about like finding people alive. That's not terribly likely. If we even find this thing, yeah, they're probably all dead.
Well, it makes sense since no one's been able to reach them, and everyone who goes dies, so perhaps there is some phenomena happening there.
It could be a confluence of torrents, of oceans colliding.
From what I understood, there was a maelstrom of some kind that surrounds the area where we're trying to get to. That is why the preparations, the small ship that we have.
Would that be good enough?
And it should. There's countermeasures in place, so it allows us to go through freely. It will mean that if what the research points to, that this place is underwater, then we might need to use most of the equipment that I brought with us. I've also brought some spares as well, just in the outcome that we had more crew.
Okay.
Yes, we might have to go underwater, unfortunately.
Well, I don't have to though, right? I can just stay here and then you can come back and tell me what you saw or something.
Well, if there is a great danger, I'd hope that we're all hands on deck, especially if we're in this together, Sasha.
Oh,
this is as much your
I'm
research as it
zero
is
help
ours.
in conflicts. I've never had a fight. I'm not helping in that. I can't. I would just stand in the way, honestly.
I doubt that.
So I'm just here to do my assignment. I'm not invested in this.
You've never been in a struggle? Altercation?
No.
Battle?
Well, no. I guess I've like had shouting stuff happen like once or twice, but no, never.
If someone were to come at you, God forbid, but if it happens,
I'd duck
Yulara
guess.
goes to punch you.
Can't do anything against that. I've got a 10 AC.
Ooh. Straight into your arm.
Ow! Wait, why?
Ow. That hurt. I think that hurt me more than it hurt you.
Yeah,
Oh, honey.
yeah, I'm made of
Oh,
stone.
honey.
Clearly it
Oh,
would.
honey.
Or maybe you don't have to fight. Because that was... There's nothing on you, and my fist is already bleeding, so...
I can fight. Fight who?
Oh,
Just
oh,
out of nowhere, in the middle of them, like has been there the entire time.
Did you get the rats?
Oh yes, they're over there. Points to the window.
Oh, thank God.
Are you the one that stole
good.
my talisman?
I told you I found it.
I don't...
Yeah, we found it.
I'm asking Happy.
No.
And
you had
I
it.
corroborate said statement.
Hmm.
Well, that makes everything seem sus.
I
Can
got
we-
the rats,
Okay.
like Tanya said, so I'm good. Who do we need to fight? I can pose a little
No one.
dagger.
Oh,
How are
the
you in
kitty has a-
water?
I like water.
Good. Good. We're gonna need that energy.
There's going to be a lot of
Forward.
water.
Oh,
Yes,
To
there is
the-
already. Points to
To the
window.
maelstrom.
why would you say that?
That this one's very salty.
Yes, don't drink
Yes.
it.
Indeed.
Don't drink it.
Yes, I learned that the hard way.
Oh, sweet.
Well... Why is your name Happy, by the way?
Everywhere I went, people just kept calling me Happy, so I just thought that was my name.
Oh,
Other
sweet.
people do with
That's-
their names.
No, that's a bit concerning, not sweet. I mean, I guess it's sort of sweet. Mostly concerning.
Why?
Oh, because you're supposed to know what your name is. Don't you remember, like, your parents? What they called you?
I mean, one can choose their own name, regardless of parents, yes.
True, but yeah.
Then
Still, you
their
start
name
your
is
life with one.
Happy. Their name is
Mm.
Happy, and let's respect that. Yeah.
Just blinks at Sasha, just not comprehending what they're telling him. Why are all of your names what they are?
Because my parents named me Sasha.
Why?
Because they thought it was pretty, I guess.
Why?
Are you always
They
going
like
to
the
ask
sound of
why?
it.
No.
Val is just sort of like,
Why is your name the way it is? I forgot your name, but what is it?
oh, it's Val. And
No,
Val,
not yours, that one. The one I didn't steal from. I know your name, Val. You give me candy.
Yulara looks at you. Does it even matter if I tell you what my name is?
Exit names matter.
When you see me, what name would you give me?
like she's bad at whispering, so it's like it's full on the sound.
Is she like a regular Githyanki where she's like green? Or Githyanki? No, what is
Yellow.
Yellow.
Pale yellow.
Pale yellow.
Mm-hmm.
Lemon.
Oh, dear God, we're never gonna find anything we're looking for. Any whom names
What's
are
wrong
fun.
with name.
Names are fun. And
Or you could be Quince.
Okay, I'm going to leave now.
no. Okay. Let's.
I'm not very good at this game.
Yeah, it's not a game, hun. It's not a game. Okay. So let's circle back to the matter at hand. This crazy island that we're looking for. Yeah. Where is it? Am I right?
Well, that's the great mystery. We should be there in 2 days. We're coming up to our first finish tonight.
Yes.
I would recommend looking out to sea. It's quite relaxing. It's at night. But
Maybe don't look in the next couple of hours.
I'm sure the rats are gone by now.
You don't know that. They're very persistent.
We are going about 10, 15 knots. Strong winds, and they're dead rats. So I think they're going to just sink.
Oh, I threatened the rest of them to jump off board or that I'll kill them.
How effective is that?
Well, I got their queen's tail and he like pulls it out of his pocket.
Oh, God.
Oh, where did you keep that?
Oh, honey. Oh, that's not nice. That's not nice.
She cheated at poker. She doesn't deserve nice.
But I'm going to go onto the deck and look at the night sky.
Wait, no. Tell me more. Tell me more about this. Did the rat like actually hold the cards? And
You Lara leaves.
I follow. I follow you, Lara.
She's a very special kind of rat. Did it look
She's
like
a conniving bitch, and I hate her.
Okay, yes, I'm going to quote you on that. Wait, I don't think this is relevant to the assignment, but I can make an actual
No,
study.
it is very relevant, Sasha.
Do you think it's related?
Very
Bitch. That's how you spell it.
Maybe it is related. I mean, there's all sorts of weird things happening around this mysterious island. So I guess magic rats.
I don't know if they're magic. I think they're just regular rats, just really mean ones.
But regular rats, and I hate to tell this to you, they can't play poker.
Have you met a regular rat?
Yes.
Have you ever tried to speak with one?
No, I haven't.
See, that's the difference between you and me. I have.
Do they answer?
Sometimes.
And
they're
how do you know
most
the ones that answer are
regular?
I mean, yeah, you do.
Happy you feel the tail move in your hand.
Oh!
She's nearby, looking around.
Right. When you find her, don't kill her. I would really love to speak with her. Please, it's a science. We have to write this down. People have to know about this. Well,
why?
No, people. It's like we should keep this quiet, probably. Because it's interesting. Yeah. Also, it might.
Okay, beats me. Well, I was gonna eat her, but to establish dominance. But okay, I guess you can use it for science.
So you should probably not eat things that can converse with you. That's fucked up. Yeah.
But can druids speak to all animals and people still eat them?
Yeah, but a lot of druids are vegetarians. Like they don't eat meat specifically because of that.
What?
No, so they refuse to eat meat because they know what animals go through when you eat them. So yeah, it's a thing. It's very interesting. The correlation between loving nature and realizing the horrible things humanoids have done to it. They can go very deep in the connections, and it's very fascinating. Do you want? I've once read a beautiful article on it. Do you want to read it? Wait, you cannot read. Do you want me to teach you how to read? So you
No,
can
I think
read the
I'll just,
article
like,
on
go hunt
vegetarian
the
druids.
rats. I don't understand this whole Vegemon thing you're talking about. I don't. Why wouldn't you eat meat? I mean, sure.
Well, because I feel bad for the animals.
Do they feel bad for every animal?
Oh yeah, it's the whole thing.
What
Yeah.
about a fly or a mosquito? Do you feel bad for them
Well,
too?
people don't typically eat those.
What about frog people? They eat them.
Oh, well, that's a very interesting topic. I have to look into that. Maybe I don't know. Well, there's this one scholar I know. Hop something. I can ask him if he eats mosquitoes and feels bad about it. That's interesting.
Well, I don't want to feel bad about my food. They know what they did and they deserve it.
Okay.
They've been eating
Right.
our
Still,
cheese.
I would
Also,
love
don't eat
to
the cheese,
interview
probably. It's not good.
the cheese.
Yeah, they've been eating it.
Well, okay. I won't touch the cheese. Thank you for the warning. But also, I really would love to interview the rat. So if you can catch it instead of killing it, that would be beautiful.
No promises, but I will try.
Okay, because
Usually Brett said not to keep hostages, but okay, I'll do it for you, Lusasha.
Thanks. Because I'm not going to question that either. Thank you.
Okay. Starts looking around, scanning for the rat queen.
So, as each one of you go about your business, just to kind of close off today's session because we're reaching the end, we can continue next time with conversations, but I'd say for the first day, it slowly starts coming to an end as each one of you find your rest for the evening. As you do rest in each one of your spots, you have like your nightly preparations, learning the information. There is almost this concern in the air for the dangers ahead, but also the excitement of kind of actually getting some leeway, getting some like ahead on what you're doing. You know where you're going, you know what's ahead of you, and it's all about how you execute that plan moving forward. So there's a bit of a buzz, and it's kind of felt all across the ship. Everyone's informed of the plan. Everyone kind of gets the rough idea of what they're expecting. So spirits are high. You'll find your own cabins. Some of you find the storage unit. As you all begin to rest for the evening, happy, you come back to your room to find that each one of the little dolls that you made, their heads have been bitten off by large teeth.
Oh, that bitch!
This is the loudest "no!" dramatically falls to knees, and I will get you, and I will kill all of your next of kin. You will know rage, and you will know my wrath, you stupid rat.
You hear like high-pitched laughing from the rat somewhere.
I will get you. Count your days, rat queen.
As
No kidding. I want to talk to her.
as you find sleep through rage, through euphoria, whichever it may be, in your different states of emotions that you are currently in, you eventually sleep and you begin to dream of the next day. But unfortunately, the next day comes and feels quicker as you are woken up in the midst of a storm. The boat rocks heavily as you are being kind of pushed side to side. Some of you fall out of your cabins, some of you fall out of your beds, others begin to knock on the doors as you are just hearing the crew members shout, "We need to get up, man your stations," as everyone begins to run out in preparations. As those of you who run up to the deck, you see lightning just all around, beginning to light up the night sky. It is still pitch black. It is probably still the early parts of the morning, if not late evening still, but the sun is completely, or the moon is completely blocked out by heavy black clouds, rainfall just gushing down from the heavens as waves are just rolling up and down. You cannot see the horizon as you see elements of land around you just disappear and then reappear and disappear and reappear as you are just going up and down, holding on tied to the ship itself, to its central mast. And then you see something behind you. On the ship, you see the captain grabbing the helm position, and you see this large, bigger than yours ship just break through the water, land on top. You see that this gnarly looking ship with large spears at the front of its bow coming straight towards you in this storm, a biblical storm, mind you, as you are just seeing the captain not look happy and everyone's beginning to go, oh fuck, as we'll end the session there and pick up with that next time. So we'll figure out how that goes next time. But we did part 1. We've done it. Congratulations, guys.
Yay!
We made it through. And no technical hitches either. Insane.
I love that there's now an evil rat queen subplot. Love that. That's amazing.
Everyone is having like a mystery adventure. Meanwhile, Happy is living through his like Turkish dramas.
Just like
the Rat Queen.
Wears a bandana out of rat tails. It's time to hunt.
But it's like cheese.
The thing went through my mind like a war paint.
It's cheese and milk.
It's on.
Fucking hell. But we'll pick up with that next time, whenever that may be. So stick to social medias to make sure that you stay tuned on when it happens, because times for this little mini campaign are going to be sporadic. But this is 1 of 3. We have 2 more to go. So stay tuned for that. And thank you very much for everyone joining us here. We had Leonie, Robbie, and of course, Marco. Thank you very much for not your first game, but still first game with us, which is nice to have you here.
I mean, second overall.
It's always an experience.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it from us here. Hopefully you stick around and watch the rest of it. And we'll see you then in the next one.
Yep.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Get out.
Press the
button.
You have to press the button. Thank you.